Hello everybody. Alright, so when we last left off, we were right at the start of the 5th trial, which means that I'm about to go into it, remembering approximately nothing since the last week. Not nothing, but you know. Let's make sure everything is as good as it can be. Yes. E-handbook. Can't buy any more skills. Okay, so our truth bullets are as follows. Monokuma file. Noon sharp. Extremely elaborate death scene. Torture wounds. A burned rope around his right arm. Cat, please do not headbutt the microphone. It's rude. But the sleeve was clean. Alright, so based on all of the very strange details of the crime scene, my main theory, the crux of what I'm thinking, is that this was an extremely elaborate suicide designed to give us our final wonderful test of hope. Duct tape over his mouth. The spear was dangled and then released from one of the crossbars on the top of the ceiling of the building. The Monokuma plushie, not sure how it fits in yet. Maybe it was used as a buffer space or something, or why there's blood on it, who knows. Alright, so that's where the rope on the spear was suspended. When we opened it, this is our trigger to reveal everything. And his little Rube Goldberg death machine. So Sonya knew that the bombs at the ancient ruins were fake. At the time, Monomi was apparently peeking. Monokuma always knew that the bombs were fake, but never bothered to tell us. Somebody's notebook, supposedly Monomi. He had a whole bunch of stuff about poison. This was a cap for the fire materials that he had tampered with. Poison inside. He had a bunch of very special release poison. Enchanted liquid, highly potent, takes effect immediately. Low volatility, dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in glass or plastic container away from somewhere. And of course we have this, that there was a file containing 15 pieces of information. And the file itself had been tampered with, so we don't know who the traitor is within our group. Okay. Let's consider the regulations one more time. These are the ones before one of them came and ruined everything. Peaceful and relaxing, hope fragments, mutual prosperity. Lead teacher cannot directly interfere with students. Unless a rule is broken. And he showed up and made things terrible. Shortly thereafter, the alone will be executed, everybody else will be executed. Surviving black men is allowed to leave. Body discovery, as soon as 3 or more people. There was a complication about that in one of the other cases, but we all basically found the body at the same time, because everybody in the group was together more or less when everything happened. So that's when it sounded. Destroying any property on this island without permission is expressly prohibited. This includes the surveillance camera and monitors. And you are free to investigate the island at your own discretion. You may not kill more than 2 people. And additional rules may be added. Alright. Nothing to it but to do it.
Now then, let's begin with it. During the class trial, if you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. I'll
Yes. She's mad.
Oh my! Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you?
Also, she's not tied up this time.
You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
You see, because Japanese people think that there's a bunny on the face of the moon where we see a face.
One more time! Jeez! How about this one? This will be my final blow!
Already did that one.
It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all.
It sure has.
The victim this time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Chill.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
Blah, 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 blah. Alright. Let's see what the first series of things is, and we'll start from there. Sure. Let it play.
Killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him?
No.
Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko. I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Oh boy. Well, we're right in the thick of it now. On the Makino file, found an option. Let's see. Both their legs were charged with rope, and each rope was tied to nearby pillars which prevented him from moving. His thighs were also covered with a lot of stab wounds. No, I mean, that looks like torture to me. But we don't know. Burned rope. Is that really necessary right now? I'm trying to focus here. Jeez. Oh, wait a minute, I'm in the wrong room. Hang on. That's probably why no one knows I'm on. And I mistyped it. Jeez. Jeez. Thank you. Goodness. Let's see. A survival knife that was stabbed into his right hand. The knife is from the military base, so it is safe to assume the wounds were caused by that knife. His blood splattered on his left hand even though the hand had been tied up. That seems interesting. So I'm thinking about the blood on the left hand. I don't remember if that's one of the choices I have right now, but it's the best thing I've got. The blood that splattered onto his face was not under the duct tape. So he had his mouth tied. The mouth was probably therefore shut before the blood went everywhere. Spear was held up. Plushy. Alright. Let's just let it run again. Why did the killer have to torture him? Why? I mean, Nagito didn't know who it was because presumably the whole process of trying to bomb the island was him trying to make them reveal themselves.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
Let's let it play again.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer
So, do we know anything right now that would imply that he was not tortured? I don't think so. Right now, the picture that we have is very clearly torture-related.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding.
No. The death was noon sharp. Everybody had been back there by then. There's nothing we know that would make it let us confirm that that's what they were trying to get out of him.
If so, the suspect is whoever found...
See, again, I mean, you could make a theory that if we're supposed to follow along with this line of reasoning, that whoever found the bomb first would be it, and then we confirmed that with the hiding place, but that seems stupid, because that seems wrong. Yeah, this is not the best thing to be doing after a week away, and just jumping straight into it. But, what are you gonna do? Interesting.
That was Fuyuhiko. I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
By coincidence. Maybe we're supposed to get him off the hook. What would imply that he found the bomb by coincidence? I mean, we did all essentially split up at random. I don't think there's any of that is coming into play right now. I mean, we could use the wounds themselves as being awkward, but right now it says that it's consistent with torture at the moment. Or at least that's what we're supposed to think. None of this is coming into play yet. This is about whether the bombs are real or not. And who knew the bombs were fake at the time of the bombing, which was Sonia because she set one off, Monami who watched, and Monokuma who knew they were fake the whole time. This isn't related yet. The oil lighter is what caused the fire, but the fire happened not long after 12 o'clock. We discovered the body about 12:30. I don't know how long it was supposed to be in between the bomb. Well, again, everybody was in the room watching the fake bomb trigger with Nagata's video at 12. The lighter period player setting off the fire, so that wouldn't have been right. Same thing with the Monokuma panels, who's used to Rube Goldberg the fire getting set off in the warehouse, which revealed the dead body, which had already been in place at that time. So the blood on the girder means that it was suspended. So it's something from early on, essentially. The blood on the left hand is odd because it's an interesting, because why would everything be closed that way? And why would the blood not be on his palm if he was held in that position? But there's no blood there, but the blood on the back of his hand means that his hand had been mobile. So that seems like an important thing that's going to be very important later, but I can't pick that right now. The survival knife that was stabbed into Nagato's right hand. The knife is from the military base. It's safe to assume that the wounds on Nagato's leg and left arm were caused by this knife. Let's see, it was in his right hand. He needed some way to put it embedded into his hand, because he probably stabbed his own legs with his right hand, holding the knife, and then used his left hand somehow to do something else. I'm not sure. The burned rope is suspicious because the rope is burned, but the flame never reached any other part of his body, and the flame all happened afterward. Then we have the torture wounds themselves.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
I just shot in the dark. Had plenty of health. If that's not torture, then what is it? There's no other possibility. That's definitely not true. But how would I explain that with the things that I have? So I don't think he was tortured. I genuinely don't. I wish they would just highlight the ones that I have in the chamber right now, rather than just a blank list of everything. Burned rope isn't one of my options right now. I just tried the survival knife. Both of his legs were tied with rope, and each rope was tied to nearby pillars which prevented him from moving. His thighs are also covered with a lot of stab wounds. Oh! If he was... Well, again, it would be to refute where the bomb was, because if they had taped his mouth over, how could he explain whatever they were trying to do? Okay, that's probably what they got.
Crap!
The
Killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up.
Okay.
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
God damn it.
Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
I mean, that's probably true.
A trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Ay, please. Let it roll. Let's start with the burn rope.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped, you obviously assumed he couldn't talk. But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it first. The killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him...
Okay.
Damn it!
So, about the bomb's location.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you obviously assumed he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Should we use the
Pay
duct tape
attention.
again?
This is how it went down. First,
Because the duct tape... Right, there were crinkles, which means that he was desperately moving his mouth.
and got information about the bomb's location.
No.
Crap! Pay attention. This is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
Oh, okay. No, because there were crinkle marks.
Crap!
Okay, that's not it.
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
No.
Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut. Whew, that was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
The tape knocked his mouth shut after getting information. No, it's not, because there were crinkle marks. Oh, the blood underneath the mouth.
Pay attention. This is how it went down.
Okay, so the fact that there was blood underneath his mouth. But that would still be the duct tape. It seems like I should be using the duct tape again.
First, the killer tortured and got information about the bomb's location.
No,
Then, after
no,
they killed him,
no.
they duct taped his mouth shut.
No. Oh, after. Okay, so. Fine.
Pay attention. This is how it went.
I
First,
accept.
the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him,
After is the problem. Yeah, no.
allow me to cut through those words.
I accept it.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? Might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors. We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? You have a crush on him or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream.
Uh-huh.
Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
I mean, he had a deep grudge against himself.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer? If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
Well, they did a bad job of that.
You can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
This is the Rube Goldberg part.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Yeah.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, you should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Very good.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then, let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
Yes. So this is the part where the Monokuma standees fell like dominoes and triggered the lighter. Let it
The
play.
direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
I agree with that.
The killer used some kind of setup.
Uh-huh.
He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Uh-huh.
Some kind of setup?
Uh-huh.
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
No.
They probably just threw the lighter.
No.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
I agree.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
No.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
No.
Or perhaps opening the door caused.
Yep.
I agree with that. also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Uh-huh.
Just as I thought. It was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
No.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
Uh-huh.
Domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
No, the other one.
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
I mean, there is a game that you can play with dominoes. It's not just the things you said. Goddamn.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Let's see. To hide the domino effect, they used the MP3 player.
I see!
Yes.
You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
Whoosh.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right?
Yeah, not by a long shot.
Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Something's blocking the door.
So the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter. Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
But I don't think that was the end of the contraption.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
Well, the panels are also very flimsy. They're just like...
With the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
The killer couldn't have left.
I see! If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened,
They're doing the closed room thing again.
the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does
Again.
that mean they were hiding inside?
Or it was Nagato.
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
Now you're just repeating yourself.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
You don't mean...
I know. Uh-huh.
Hajime? What do you mean?
Uh-huh. Yes. Meeny, meeny, miny, psycho.
This is my answer! What if it was Nagito?
Uh-huh.
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
He would have also been an accomplice, so we don't know for sure.
Not just the victim. What does that mean?
So now we have to decide whether he was an accomplice to somebody or he was just a full-blown killer.
He was the victim, and he was the perpetrator too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
I mean, again, it's possible, but that seems like a little stretch even for this.
But
I don't know.
Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
Yes.
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember?
Except he had a free hand.
Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
Well,
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
with the burned rope on the free hand.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Every time you say that, that means that it's possible. Burned rope. Let it play.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth?
No.
Or if you use your front tail?
What?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Uh-huh. Alright, so again, it's the fact that he had a free hand because the burned rope around his right arm wasn't really there.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
Maybe that. Okay. Because he didn't tie both up. Okay. Sure.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
2 legs and an arm.
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that.
But it would have caught the rest of them on fire.
But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
Is his right sleeve.
I see.
Okay.
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
I'm gonna bank that for later.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
Ahem.
That's definitely wrong.
Thank you.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
Businesswoman.
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
Okay, so this one I'm not entirely sure about yet either.
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. Ah, that much is obvious.
I mean, it could be dropped. It could be, again, this could have been part of the rigging.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
Hey,
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
logic dive.
It's something lame. I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
Stab yourself in the right hand, only your right hand. Oh, the blood on the girder. Wait, what? Maybe.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free,
Uh-huh.
how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
What? No. I should have waited.
It's wrong?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
if he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
The knife falling
could he
is what I
stab
like.
his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow
Propped,
and
maybe?
slammed his right hand down on it?
No.
Propped it onto what? If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Okay. If Nagito could only use his right hand to stab himself in the palm, how did he do it? Again, I'm tempted to say that it's the blood on the girder, but that might have been used to trigger the spear. Yeah, multiple. Not that. Not that. That doesn't explain it. Next one, let's see. So he hurt himself with the legs first. Blood on the left hand? Oh, the blood on the left hand would explain that he was holding it in when his right hand was. So it was gripped around something, like a knife. So I like blood on the left hand, that's good. I still have no idea where that's going to come into play, but the fact that there's blood on it and a hole in it. A huge bloody hole as if it was stabbed.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free,
Okay, the blood on the left hand is not an option. Is this where the plushie comes into play somehow?
how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
I agree with that.
Surprise me. Cat, I swear to Christ.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
It makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach. He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see.
I see. So that's the trick.
I'm kind of in Cassie's shoes on this one.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem.
The giant spear in his stomach.
The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right?
Well, the sphere had a giant cord on it, so yeah.
If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible?
Blood on the girder.
He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it
Oh.
and his left hand was all tied up.
His left hand was holding on to the rope of the spear. Got it.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Wink, wink.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Thank you.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time. I need to record it. For reasons.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear.
That's why he chose the one with the
It'd be
giant
hard
cord
to
on
use
the
a spear
end.
with a knife stab into your right hand, while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
No.
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else. I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone.
Ah, she's talking again.
If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monome's sassing me.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So
But we've gotten
this
through it
might
every time.
also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer. But suicide is unimaginable.
We just have to make it imaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
No, it's not.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Thank you.
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't
I know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together.
I don't know about impossible.
That's how. We made it this far up till now. Everyone working together.
Teamwork.
All right, let's do this.
This will be where the blood on the girder, or the left hand. Probably the left hand.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
Let's.
When the spear stabbed Nagito,
Uh-huh.
his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Uh-huh.
Then that rules out his left hand.
There we go.
No, that's wrong. Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
I mean, I'm glad it was right, but that could have just as easily been wrong, as far as I know.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
Could have been holding something.
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
Because his hand was gripped around
That
something.
settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
It means he was gripping something.
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Holding something. Gripping.
I see! When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Would have been one way to go out.
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear.
I agree.
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
No.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
The cord. The cord.
I see! That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too.
Uh-huh.
Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Where he was holding it.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
He was already suspended in the air.
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki?
He was suspended across over the girder.
I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily. It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
What?
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
That's a long plan name.
Yeah.
One step at a time? What does that mean? Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
It was
How it was
suspended in
positioned.
midair. Uh-huh. I was really upset that this was going to be a Hangman's Gambit. Thank God. Ah! Ah. Question 1. Who was above him? What? Oh god. Oh, actually these aren't that bad. They have a limited patrol range. Me and my big mouth. A girder. Wow. Wow. Let's see. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling girder? The cord. Yes, the cord. Yes, yes, yes. And rainbow. Yes, yes.
It's all coming together. The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
And I have the blood on the girder to
That'd be
prove
awesome,
it.
but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Uh-huh.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
Or after.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling.
Uh-huh.
So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
He really committed suicide? Like that?
We think.
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
Well, there's the trouble of trying to trick somebody.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping a spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
But that explains why he had the duct tape, so he was stifling his own screams.
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
Because he's nuts.
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer.
Or to test us to see if we were the ultimate hope or not.
His goal was to get us all executed.
No.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right?
Maybe he's the traitor.
Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
No, he had something else he had to do.
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
There are other things that have
Yeah.
happened here.
It appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense.
There's a lot left to go.
It's probably just my imagination.
Say it.
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
No.
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Well,
Then it's okay to end it here, huh?
no.
That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right?
So before I hit A again, I want to ask, should I just go ahead and get this, say it's fine, and get whatever the bad ending is? Because I might as well see it. I know I'm probably not supposed to say, yeah, that's fine, let's just do that. Because this is going to be a choice. It's like, do you think that's all, or is there more to the story? And obviously the answer should not be, yeah, that's it. Well, you know, let's pick the answer that looks wrong and see what happens.
It's okay to read such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer?
Let's see. Let's go with that.
Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Oh, I don't get a choice.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But
There might have been an accomplice.
I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Is this going to be where we have to suspect Monami doing stuff? Something related to Nagito's death and something that even he couldn't have messed with. Oh, the file. The Hope's Peak Academy file, probably.
You were gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Even he could not mess with the Academy file. He could have messed with the notebook because he had it. That's what I'm tempted to do.
crap!
No. The notebook? Okay, let's think. What could he not have had any effect on? The poison hasn't been used yet. The blue paper is under his desk. Those are all in his room. There's the diary to think of. The bombs being fake was just part of the plan. Those were all pieces of his death setup. So, her notebook then?
Crap!
Huh? Hang on. That was all him. They have their accounts and a whole bunch of other stuff. Inside the warehouse, noon sharp, spare in the stomach. Right, we solved all of that. We determined how those were done. We determined that that was a setup. We determined how he got the knife in his hand. We determined why there was blood on his left hand. We determined the use of the duct tape. We determined why the spear. We determined the use of the plushie. We determined why there was blood on the girder. We determined the use of the panels, the light of the MP3 player, so it's got to be something down toward the bottom, obviously. So we have Sonia's account, Monokuma's account, about who knew the bombs were fake. You have the diary, that's not it. We have the stuff that he used to rig the fire being not able to be put out. And some other stuff. And we have the file. I'm at a loss of what specifically they mean. Maybe Sonia's account, because then why would Monami act the way she did? Monokuma, knowing the whole time, would just be very much him. So my next guess will be Sonia's account. A piece of evidence even he couldn't mess with.
Crap!
No, that's not it either. What? Something... The Monokuma file. Because it's generated after his death?
I see!
Okay.
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
Is this going to be how the ultimate imposter is really the dead one? The body was discovered. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Estimated and noon sharp seems weird. Spear stabbed in the stomach. There are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. That's fine. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm. Right. Time of death. Time of... Not it. God, I hate this. Oh, cause of death. Oh, God in heaven. Oh my God. You've got to be kidding me with this. This is insane. This is like not even fair. That was unnecessarily cruel.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
Oh, okay. So this is where the poison comes in. Yes, yes.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not?
No, we have the poison stuff.
The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma,
No, it's important, and it's because it's important that it wasn't included.
I plead the fifth!
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Nikon's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me.
Because this doesn't defy our expectations yet.
For example, would that malice just end here?
No.
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh?
In his way.
Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote?
Let's save.
I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Let me make a bad choice.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
Go away. Go away right now.
This is friggin' annoying.
Well, yes.
But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait.
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
Uh-huh. No, probably not. Recess? Ugh.
No, no!
Well, yeah. some. Yes. That's a real save.
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now. Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm gonna fight too. I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation.
You're just gonna hurt yourself.
That's basically it.
So if we're working together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Uh-huh.
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this? In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
Other possibilities.
Like a magical poison.
If something other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Are we finished already?
No.
I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something.
Then let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
Exactly! We should cooperate at a time like this.
Yay! Doesn't even have to be a wound. Bottle of poison.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right?
No.
It's not the other wounds, right?
No.
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
No.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
I agree with that.
Aha!
That's it. I totally forgot about that possibility. If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Poison? It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
Because we found a bunch.
I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing. I see. Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
It's part of the family business. Relax.
What does that mean?
But even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood, there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
Let's look at that poison again before they start asking us questions. Highly potent and takes effect immediately. Low volatility, it's very dangerous when vaporized. So he vaporized it, and he vaporized it and inhaled it. There we go.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
It's not.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
But his nose was free.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
But
You're totally overvaluing that tail.
His mouth was covered with duct tape. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible.
stop saying the word impossible.
Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Thank you.
Are there any left?
Hell no.
Yes?
No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear.
No.
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
Which is why I just read it again. Inhalation. Yay! No. They're gonna be a prank after these. Yeah, in, out, and then psych! I knew they were gonna do something, try to be tricky. He was in a gaseous state. Arg. 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 That's it. I'm not going full throttle anymore. Forget it. I can let off a little bit. Through his nose. There's no other questions. You're just doing this to be mean. Rainbow!
It's all coming together.
Time is not the
What if
issue there.
instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Inhaled?
It's written on the poison's warning label.
Uh-huh.
Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
Breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
Because it had been removed by the water. Sprinklers.
I see!
Yes, yes, yes.
The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
Mm-hmm. Hydrolysis.
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
Of course! Hydrolysis! The chemical bonds that formed the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers.
Uh-huh.
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poison. The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach, it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
Well, yeah.
Huh?
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what? In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right? Then enough already!
Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We've also determined the true cause of death. All right, all the mysteries should be solved now. We should get on with the voting time, right?
Going to say it again, assuming that there's going to be another. They're gonna spring it on us at some point. There has to be a bad ending somewhere.
But
What? There's still more?
Motive. No.
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
There's plenty.
There might have been an accomplice.
That too.
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
Container.
I see!
are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
Yeah. If Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
He can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
Not that poison.
Yeah, it was written on the warning label.
The container probably melted in the fire.
It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate. Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
Oh, it was in the... Oh.
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
No, we killed him.
So that's why you mentioned an accomplice.
That is impossible. I mean, an accomplice? It is just two.
It's all of us.
Does that really matter all that much?
Yes.
I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
We're the ones who poisoned him.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Got it.
Ah, you're right. You're totally right. That's totally it.
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
Then you're in the wrong series of games, motherfucker. We gotta.
That's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
Don't start trying to get in his head. That doesn't go good places.
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh? The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga. Still, that's pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
Yes, it will.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Depends on how you want it to call it.
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is?
Sonia.
Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
Sonia.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing. And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
Maybe it was the fire grenade fragments. the container was the fire grenades. Oh god, no! Let him go. Entering my lap. Not fair. Oh, come on! Double, come on. Can I get an E, please? Ugh. Although I shouldn't be groaning because, I mean, I
see.
used that entire series to just bring my health all the way back up to the top. I think it was about like half or something.
Huh?
The fire grenades! Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Yeah, the container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone. Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place. As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse, it can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
Bastard. He totally knew we were gonna throw those fire grenades.
Because he took away all the other means of putting the fire out.
Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that has to be it.
When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
But one of them wasn't because there was a piece of
You
aluminum
just have
in
to
his
peel
room.
off that seal and swap the insides, right?
That is true, but there was no sign he was even at the break room.
Hold on. Did you say aluminum?
Uh-huh.
Hajime, could it be?
It could.
If so, then there's no mistake. Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades.
Seriously? That's impossible. Miss Sonia just said so right now.
Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire grenade. Huh?
Mm-hmm. The blue... yeah.
I can prove it with this.
Yeah.
Take a look. We found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his cottage.
Healing during bullet time is definitely the most important power that you get during this entire game.
Huh? That's just a piece of trash.
No, that is not just a piece of trash. The seal I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is the same aluminum.
You found the aluminum seal under Nagito's bed?
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room.
I think I game overed once in, like, number 2 because I wasn't paying attention or something.
We also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed, too.
Oh yeah, that's right. I had the game overs when I was tired and I was trying to do case number... 2 with the arcade machine.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
It's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping them.
So, what's the issue?
I think I didn't have that power at that time, of course.
Nagito put the poison in the grenade.
I could always go
canister,
back and
brought it
check.
with him, breathed it in, and died, right? So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide. Enough already!
Only technically, because somebody had to throw it.
You're right. If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means that there wasn't an accomplice after all.
See, I told you. The conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of story.
I
Not that
admit
easy.
that there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding.
You're right.
In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying.
We were all the accomplices.
What did you say?
Hey, what are you planning to say now?
What the hell? Do you still want to keep going?
We must.
Is this not settled? There is no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison. So when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison?
When somebody threw it.
When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized it.
The horrifying truth?
It probably happened at the same time.
When we all threw them.
I see.
Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so.
We're all the killers, so we all get to go free? Or we're all doomed? Or there's no way to know?
When we all threw the grenades to put out the fire in the warehouse, the poison was deployed, and it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito.
If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
One of us?
What the heck?
One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
Hold on a sec. Then Nagito was...
It would mean he didn't kill himself.
You said so yourself. You said Nagito committed suicide.
Then who killed Nagito?
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
Who did the thing that caused his death?
Do you know?
No.
Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
I mean, it could be Sonia.
Crap!
Not one of us. Oh, Nagito.
I see.
Well, yeah.
It was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago.
Then who set the warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poison grenade?
That was also Nagito.
I see.
That was also Nagito.
Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn question?
The next question will be my last. Considering all the facts up till now, why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
To get someone to throw the grenade.
I see.
Don't tell me. He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades?
He set the fire just so we'd put it out? Why'd he do that?
To bait somebody into killing him.
It was a trap.
A trap?
Preparing the poison. Creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito. It was all a trap to make one of us throw the poison grenade.
Seriously, I'm asking you who threw it.
We don't know.
I don't know. The person who threw it probably didn't know either.
Huh? Could it be... Was that Nagito's trap?
Uh-huh.
This wasn't an intentional murder. This was a murder that Nagito forced someone to do. And for that reason, he put the fire grenade that he filled with poison with the other grenades. setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was Nagito's true goal.
What? What the hell?
Nagito did not commit murder. Instead, he manipulated someone else into killing him?
To do that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him. The poison grenade and the fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. All the fire grenades we threw at the curtain shattered once they fell to the floor. Because of that, Nagito, who was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison. And then...
As he died, he released his grip.
Hold on. If that's true, you can't say the poison was the cause of death. It might be the poison's fault he let go of the spear, but the actual cause of death could be either one.
Even so, the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear.
That's right! Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison!
That's BS. But that's his specific brand of BS, of course.
Are you fucking serious?
That was his trap all along. Even the wounds all over his body, it was all to mess with the evidence for what actually happened. His true goal was creating a murder that nobody can solve.
Damn, what an asshole.
He wanted to prove to us that there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out. After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end. However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved.
So the question therefore is, does Monokuma know somehow which one was the one that killed him?
As you solve mysteries and bolster your hope, a huge mystery comes along and slaps you in your faces! For those of you who believe there are no unsolvable mysteries, that is when you finally taste despair. Meaning, he used all of the prior class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
That's totally messed up. That's fucked up.
So what does that mean?
It is my fault, because I told you all about the fire grenades. I am so sorry. Please vote me as the killer.
That's not the fucking issue here.
It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing.
Yes.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
It's impossible.
Impossible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
And big moment.
That's right. There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras. Monokuma doesn't know. His trial doesn't count. Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever. I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times. I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia. And one of those visits seemed to take a while.
Hey.
Please stop! I will never become queen!
How can you? You're so sure. I mean, how can you have such an awful power?
Kinky.
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
Yes, he says. How the hell are we supposed to do that?
Is giving up all we can do?
No, it's too early to give up.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
Even though it's just a hunch, it's possible that it's probably... There's one way, I think.
Really?
Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning? I want to make sure my hunch is correct. Hajime, please.
course.
I got it. Let's do this thing.
Oh, okay. Ay. Poison in the fridge. Before switching the poison, he put a gas mask on, so none of those yet. Placed inside the break room was the fire grenades. Beyond the monochrome panel was the door. Not his whole body was tied up. Burn drop on the right hand. He supported the spear with a cord. Not yet. In order to hurt himself... No. I think maybe that would go there, but that doesn't really... In order for him to hurt himself, he put the tip over his mouth? Yeah. He propped the knife up on the Monokuma. Stop me up. In the fridge was the poison. Before switching the poison. Well, he took the cap off, probably. He placed the grenades in the break room. Spear was supported, we put that there. Went to the warehouse because of the fire. Inside was the poison. He let go of it. Sprinkles aggravate's not it. I don't know which one I want. It's not the video message, it's what we were all doing. Oh, we went there because of his video message. Reasonable. Not that one yet. Oh, before switching, then he put the gas mask equipped. What? Oh. Oh, remove the lid frame. Come on. We know it was in there. So then that's the one that's been releasing the cord. Oops. Inside the fire grenade was the poison. Music, spear bending when you hold it with the left hand. Stock. Poison in the fridge. Beyond the door was the light.
Here's everything that happened in this case. The person who actually arranged this incident was the victim, Nagito Komaeda. He kept a specific item inside his cottage that he needed for his plan. Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon. Using the gloves and gas mask that he got from the military base, Nagito swapped the contents of a fire grenade he took from the plushie factory break room with that poison. When he did that, a specific item was left as evidence, the blue aluminum seal on the grenade. With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory, and put it back with the rest of the grenades in the break room.
Da-dun.
The next morning, Nagito appeared before us and declared that he hid a bomb somewhere. While we were looking for the bomb, that's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse. In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line going from the door to the curtain and placed an oil lighter in front of it. From there, Nagito set his insane plan in motion. First, he hung the spear that he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord. Then he tied his arms and legs at the back of the warehouse with rope. However, he burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand. In doing so, he made sure that only his right hand was free, while his remaining arm and legs were tied up. As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear. But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have predicted. First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream, he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs. Finally, he propped the knife on the plushie and slammed his right hand onto the blade. He didn't just want us to think he was tied up, he also wanted us to think he'd been tortured. Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear. His plan still wasn't over. In fact, it was just about to begin. Meanwhile, we finally arrived at the plushie factory and found Nagito's message. After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse. But that was part of Nagito's plan. We opened the door to the warehouse, which inadvertently started the Monokuma panel domino effect. The panels fell one after another until they reached the lighter, tipped it over, and ignited the curtain. Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory's break room to obtain some fire-extinguishing grenades. We then aimed for the fire's origin point, which was the curtain, and unloaded the entire supply. It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poisoned grenade that Nagito had prepared.
Could you rule that the person who said go get the grenades was the person who did it, or no?
The poison sank to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere. The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse, where Nagito was. Also, Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized. That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness. Which caused him to let go of the rope in his left hand, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach.
Splorch.
This is all the information related to Nagito's plan. His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they killed someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach that truth. That was Nagito's trap. In conclusion, the fact that we can't determine the killer's identity this should be the truth behind Nagito's trap.
How about it, Chiaki? Will that help you figure out who the killer is?
Chiaki?
Just as I thought. It's impossible, isn't it?
You say we just have to vote for someone?
What Hajime said is probably true. That's part of the reason why I thought it was a little strange. Did Nagito really not care who the killer was? He said this to us earlier. That feeling of belief is at the heart of his trick. He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames. And he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect.
What do you mean, believe?
And what's wrong with that?
There's one more thing, remember? Something that Nagito believed in from the bottom of his heart.
Maybe he intentionally set it up so that Hajime would be the one to
I
die.
want you to try to remember what that is.
His talent.
See! Nagito believed in his talent as the ultimate lucky student.
Guess the last thing he could believe in was his own talent.
That's not so strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing.
Except Hajime, who doesn't have one.
But, in his case, it was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? It almost seemed like he had blind faith in it.
You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the funhouse.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right?
Wrong.
I just thought it was strange that it doesn't connect to anything. He factored in his belief in us, but for some reason he didn't factor in his own luck. No, there's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about.
What did he do?
No, he wasn't just after anybody.
He was after Hajime.
He probably had a target. A target he was aiming for all along. A person to set up as the killer.
Yep.
A target? Who? The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know it. That's why he relied on being the ultimate lucky student and incorporated that luck into his plan. As long as he had his luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade.
He left his plan to luck?
He would.
He risked his life for that?
He would.
He probably risked his life just so his ultimate luck could decide this.
Who is it? Who's the target Nagito was after?
You, because you're not an ultimate. Uh-huh. Or the traitor, maybe.
I see! That's it. The traitor. Nagito was after the traitor, huh?
Then he relied on his luck to weed out the traitor?
Nagito didn't know who the traitor was until the very end. All he could do was rely on his own luck.
Oh, so now it's no matter what, traitor has to come forward, or... Well, now it's either the traitor or everybody.
Then what he said in his video message...
So he was just bluffing.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably true. By that point, his plan should have already been in motion.
But if he just wanted to out the traitor, he didn't have to go this far and make that person the killer. Damn it! We're all in a huge bind because of that!
It means he wants us to beat the traitor.
By finding out who the traitor is, our hopes will shine even brighter by overcoming that despair. That's something he'd say.
Mon ami, it looks like you've got something you want to say. But you better just keep your mouth shut.
And that concludes my argument. Nagito's plan was to make the traitor kill him. What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna believe me?
Yes.
The only thing we can do is believe.
If we don't, then we'd just be relying on our luck when we cast our votes.
And we're not as lucky as he was.
But even if we do believe, what should we do?
Figure out the traitor.
I mean, if we don't know who the target is, there's no way we can even vote.
You are absolutely right. It is hard to think the traitor would reveal themselves now.
If, by chance, the traitor revealed themselves during that bomb scare, what would have happened? Would it have stopped Nagito from acting so reckless?
Huh?
But they couldn't help it. Even if they wanted to reveal themselves, they couldn't do it. Because they weren't created to do that.
Huh?
Chiaki?
What's wrong, Chiaki? Get a hold of yourself.
Oh no.
That's why I want you guys to guess.
You want us to guess?
Yeah, I want you to guess.
What? What does that mean?
Who do you think it is, Hajime? Who do you think the Future Foundation sent to infiltrate your group as the traitor?
Why?
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else.
Oh, it's me.
Why?
A traitor who can only interact with everyone as a traitor.
Why?
Because that's the nature of their existence. They can only exist as a traitor.
Seriously, why?
Who do you think is the traitor? Hajime, please.
Well. Well, this is going to be depressing.
It's... you? Chiaki, you're the traitor?
Please, hold on.
You totally guessed right. Just as expected. Yep, you're correct. I'm the traitor. The agent sent by the Future Foundation to hide among you all is me.
Hey, Chiaki. Are you being serious right now?
Chiaki is the traitor? That is a lie, right? Surely you must be joking.
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
Hey, what are you saying sorry for?
What does this mean? You... Up till now... You've been tricking us?
What? We were not tricked! After all, we have been working together all this time. We have been helping each other all this time. Chiaki, being a traitor, being a member of that horrifying Future Foundation, that is obviously a lie.
Please, wait. The Future Foundation isn't what you think it is.
Shut the fuck up! We're talking to Chiaki!
No, I have nothing more to say.
Why?
Because we already know the killer's true identity. So the only thing left to do is vote.
Hold on! We're not satisfied yet!
If you say you are the traitor, please provide an explanation that will help us understand. We cannot vote until we are satisfied. That is what you said earlier, Chiaki.
Hey, if you're really the traitor, why'd you wait till now to reveal yourself?
She didn't, because she tried hers.
It's weird, isn't it? Waiting until right now to out yourself.
It's definitely strange, right? Or rather, why was I able to do that? Maybe I wanted to protect everyone, no matter the cost. Hey, Hajime. Can you do me a small favor?
Favor? Me?
I want you to prove to them that I'm the traitor.
What? What are you saying? Why do I have to do that?
I want to explain everything to you guys, but as I expected, that's rather difficult. That's why the only thing I can do is plead with you. I want you to do it. I believe you can prove it.
Whether I can prove it or not, that's not the problem. Don't you understand? You may as well be asking me to kill you. There's no way I can do that.
I'm very sorry, but this is the only way. So please.
Looks like we gotta do what we can. It's not like I believe she's the traitor. There's just no way we can ignore this without confirming it.
If she was just disguised or something, this would have been a heck of a lot easier for us to understand, but...
She's not disguised at all! 'Cause Chiaki isn't the traitor.
Monami?
Too bad. I'm not part of the same group as that girl. I don't know anything about that girl at all.
Hey, are you trying to cover for her like that? You suck!
I've always been alone. I have no friends anywhere. That's why I have no relation to Chiaki whatsoever.
Hajime, you're going to listen to my request, right?
This seems like a good place to say.
Chiaki isn't my friend. I hate Chiaki so much.
Oh, okay.
Hajime, you stupid face! Let's all get along! Hajime, you stupid face! I won't let you! I'll lower your grade! Burst open and mix! I won't let you! I can't lose! Hajime, you stupid face! You. Burst open and mix! Don't defy your teacher! I'll lower your grades! Burst open and mix! Hajime, you stupid face! Let's all get along! Let's all get along! I'll lower your grades! Stupid face! Chiaki and I aren't best friends!
This is the end!
Oh.
When we investigated Nagito's cottage, I discovered a notebook with the new Sami logo on it. That's your notebook, right? The one Nagito stole from you.
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't tell me. Is that where the traitor's true identity is written?
That's right! Since I knew something like this would happen, I made sure to bring it here today.
So sudden?
Give me that notebook!
Is the traitor's identity written in here?
Nagito was probably looking for that too, so that might be why he stole the notebook. But you wouldn't know who the traitor is just by reading this notebook. Of course, Nagito wouldn't know either. However, it's different for me.
No?
It took me this long. I finally understand. First of all, this isn't Monami's diary. apparently she can't write.
Then the one who wrote this is...
Someone connected to Monami. Meaning, it's not a mistake to think that the traitor wrote it.
If so, is this like a report that the traitor was sending to Monami?
Is it evidence that they were observing our actions and reporting to Monami?
But how would you know who the traitor is from that?
Because there's an entry written in here that only me and one other person would know.
Crap. Crap. Future goal, Jabberwock Island, final dead room. Let's just guess our way through it. No.
Damn it!
Oh, the final dead room, maybe.
In the notebook, there was a specific entry. There it is. It's true. I tried to go inside the final dead room. But the only one who knew that.
And she stopped.
That's right. The only person who knew that is Chiaki. That's why Chiaki is the only person who could have possibly written about this.
There must be some mistake. I mean, if Chiaki is the traitor, what was all that time we spent with her? Was that all a lie too?
Miss Sonia.
Chiaki is... She is being controlled by Monokuma. That is why we should help her.
I'm not satisfied either. I mean, if you were the traitor, there's no way you'd do something so stupid when we found the bomb.
No, that's why she did it.
Now that you mention it, Chiaki immediately went to the card reader with her handbook.
She tested it out right away after being told it would only react to the traitor's handbook.
That doesn't make any sense. A traitor would be more cautious than that.
Not if they're actually trying to help.
Chiaki probably knew the bomb was a fake. That's why she also knew Nagito's trap was a bluff.
She knew? That is a mistake! That must be a mistake! Why are you saying such things? Do you really want Chiaki to be the traitor?
Of course not.
I will not believe it! I refuse to believe Chiaki is a traitor!
Well, there's only three people who knew the bomb was a fake, and it was you, and Monami and Monokuma.
There is just no way!
But then nobody will be saved.
Let's let it play.
Chiaki is not the traitor!
When we were trying to turn off the bomb, didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
If she's a traitor, she would have been more cautious.
There's no way Chiaki would have known if that bomb was fake or not. The only person who knew it was a fake was me, when I tried to detonate it.
That's not it.
Monami knew.
That's not it. Sonia shouldn't have been the only one who knew it was a fake. Monami was also there when you found out the bomb at the military base wasn't real. You said so yourself.
Is that true, Miss Sonia?
Chiaki heard about it from Monami. That's why she knew the bomb was a fake.
Since I've been found out, I'll just confess. The reason I couldn't tell anyone I knew the bomb was a fake was because if I had said that, I would have had to explain how I heard about it from Monami.
I do not want to hear that!
Jesus Christmas.
Enough already. Please do not say another word.
Or is she just doing all this to try to milk it out of Sonia?
I do not want this anymore. I am so very tired of doubting people.
Sonia.
And just because she knew the bomb was a fake does not mean we should decide she is the traitor!
Oh. Imposter?
Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor. If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too. After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Knowing it was a fake isn't the problem. What matters is who told her. What matters is that she heard about it from Monami.
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake. That someone is Monokuma. Monokuma said so earlier, correct? He knows everything about this island. Monokuma probably told Chiaki that it was fake beforehand.
He never revealed that to anybody, so that'd be his account.
If so, you cannot declare that. Monami and
Wrong
Chiaki
one.
were working together.
I'll get it. Dang it.
Damn it! Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor. If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too. After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Yeah. Go on.
Knowing it was a fake isn't the problem. What matters is who told her. What matters is that she heard about it from Monami.
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake. That someone is Monokuma. Monokuma said so earlier, correct? He knows everything about this. Monokuma probably told Chiaki that it was fake beforehand.
You're right. Monokuma probably knew the bomb was a fake. But Monokuma shouldn't have told anyone either.
That... Monokuma may have just been lying.
No, he won't lie at times like this. You already know that.
Hajime, are you going to believe Monokuma over Chiaki?
That's not it.
It's just, even if Chiaki is the traitor, is it really okay to vote for her? That basically just means we have to believe in Nagito's luck, right?
That's not it.
Are you telling us to trust his luck? Are you telling us to entrust our lives to that bastard?
There's no way I can believe in Nagito.
I'm telling you that's not it. We shouldn't believe in Monokuma or Nagito. We have to believe in Chiaki.
Huh?
It doesn't matter who the traitor is. Even if Chiaki is the traitor, that's not the Chiaki I know. I believe in the Chiaki who's been with us this whole time. That Chiaki is saying she wants to protect us with her life. So the only thing we can do is believe her. If we don't, nobody's going to be saved.
Damn it.
Hey, can you listen to me a little? there's nothing to be sad about, you know? 'Cause this is different from what happened before. Unlike before, you guys don't have to stay alive by doubting someone. You guys can stay alive by believing in me.
Are you telling us to believe in you and sacrifice you? That is just too cruel.
I'm sorry.
Chiaki!
Monami, I'm sorry too. You're probably gonna get scolded by a lot of different people for this. But still, I want to protect everyone by any means. And I'm happy that I'm able to do that.
It's not up to me to decide whether that's right or wrong. However, I believe it's truly amazing that you were able to think like that. We could even call this a miracle.
Hey, what have you two been talking about? Everyone's jaws are dropping, you know?
I know. It's voting time, right?
Hey, Chiaki.
You don't have to worry. Believe in me, and cast your vote.
Damn it! Why did it end up like this?
Because Nagito sucks. Uh-huh. I guess we gotta do it.
Even so.
I feel like that was a dramatic moment. I could have picked somebody else. Either that or they just wanted to make it hurt.
Damn it!
Damn it.
Congratulations, everyone.
Damn it.
Damn it!
I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys.
What?
That is...
I'm sorry. 'Cause... well...
Oh, lordy, I think I know where this is going.
Why?
well... I'm sorry.
That is...
Yeah. Like... so.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, did we mess up?
Huh? Are you serious?
Huh?
Nope. Well,
Hmm.
Chucky.
perhaps.
Hey, come on now.
I can't lose. Hi-ya!
Huh?
I will no longer let you do as you please.
Stupid! Stop! What are you doing?
As they say, we shall die together.
What'd you say?
Huh?
No, no! Ah! Phew!
I can't lose.
Oh, Lord. Again. Again.
If I don't beat you, nobody can live in peace.
Stop it, I say! I'm sorry, I lose! Forgive me!
Hey, hey! I won't forgive you. I won't let you. Hey, hey! Ooh, how
What?
Hey, hey!
Too bad!
That's wrong.
Damn it!
Hey,
What?
Could it be?
Hey, hey, hey!
Hey, hey.
In the end, even if Monami risks her life or does whatever, it doesn't matter to my army of 10 to the power of 60 strong! There's no value in that life you're risking. So how about this? This overwhelming despair! Does it make you dizzy from excitement?
Isn't 10 to the 60th more atoms than there are in the universe or something?
What's this?
I can't lose.
It's okay, Monami. Well, let's believe in them. Right?
Damn it.
Please listen.
Uh-huh.
Like... This is bad.
Yes.
Damn it!
It's...
Yahoo!
Okay, so the number of atoms in the universe are between 10 to the 78 and 10 to the 82. So, I guess that would, well, if you theoretically used all the matter in the universe, you could maybe make that much, and have a little left over for Jabberwock Island.
Shing!
I'm sorry.
prepared a very special punishment. Special bleeding service.
Huh?
Uh-huh. Sorry.
That is...
You guys, I'm sorry for lying to you. I'm sorry. I couldn't protect you to the very end.
Just one last time, let me say something that makes me sound like a teacher. There's no need to be a hero. You don't have to force yourself just to make people acknowledge you. When you do that, you end up blaming yourself, blaming other people, and feeling jealous of everyone. But still, it doesn't have to be like that. Even if people don't acknowledge you, you just have to be someone that you can be proud of. 'Cause you yourself are your biggest supporter. If you can learn to love yourself, that love will continue to support you for the rest of your life. Love, love.
Bye, everyone. It's okay. A shining future will always be waiting for you. It's true. It's absolutely true. 'Cause I know.
Bye-bye. Please don't forget about your teacher.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Frown. Ah. Yep. Sheesh.
I don't believe it!
Mm-hmm.
What? Phew. Huh? Hey! I shall now present. Whew.
There's probably somebody else left.
Stupid fool!
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
No, no! Hey,
Hey, hey.
Yep. Yeah. Shing.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Oh, lordy.
Hello there.
Hello.
See? Well? Yep. Perhaps.
Okay. I had a feeling this was going to come into play somehow, but the details, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, what?
Listen well.
Huh?
Damn right.
Oh. He still has his eye patch.
I wonder who's watching this message.
Oh, okay.
Hey, hey!
Hello?
How unfortunate. Now then.
Something about the ultimates. Yeah. Check the web for details. Seriously pissing me off. Believe in something. Only happy.
Now then.
But we never saw it.
Well,
Okay. Yeah, I still think you're not gonna die or something. God damn it.
please call me the ultimate hope.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, let's. Getting weird on me. Getting real weird on me.
Yeah.
You are a boy, right?
Hey.
I'm gonna do it!
Thanks for the food. Dumbass!
Young masterful Yuhiko.
This is your leader's order. What? In the name of my family.
Hajime.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be fine.
Okay. Did we make it?
Is this a trial ground? But why am I at a trial ground?
It sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different than the one from before.
By the way,
Where did everybody go but the five of us?
Huh?
where did everyone go?
Everyone?
So it's a virus or something. Whoa. That's an achievement name. Let me see, does that show up on the screen? Or does Steam count as an overlay? Doesn't show up. Anyway, the achievement there is called Abandon All Hope. Super. So was our Nagito imposter kid or something? This boat sound is really annoying. Again. This is some Revolver Ocelot bullshit right now. am loved by talent. Well, that was weird. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. This is how we ended up there the first time. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes. Uh-huh.
Testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system. Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then. Welcome to Hope Speak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all. So please assemble at the gymnasium immediately.
God damn it. Of course it's not over. No hands. Bolted windows. We're home, boys. Monokuma. Yeah, whatever. If I find him, I find him. If I don't, I don't. That seems unusual over there. What? That's not normal. That's not either. This is all very fishy. He got into the damn system. Huh? Creepy. Oh, hey, my pet. Dead. Dead. Okay, so I guess if it's grayed out, we're not going to get to go in there ever. And if it's node out, we can't go in there yet. Or I don't know. Oh boy. Blorp. Okay. Now the question is, do I call it here? The first chance I get a chance to pause and quit out and save. Because maybe this would be best served in doing all of from here to the end in one go. And I could do that tomorrow easily. Mm-hmm.
Damn right.
Yo,
What's going on?
Alright, so we're the 5.
Yeah.
Why, you...
You. That's...
Of course not!
No, no! What?
Lies.
Stupid fool!
Of course, they fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserved to be ruined for.
I don't like this. Fine.
Oh, piss off.
Don't fuck with me!
In other words,
I made this hope mechanic between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin. Okay.
Hey!
what's this? No way! Zing!
Huh?
Hey, are you sure about this? So...
That's right!
No! Hey, damn it! Uh-huh.
Hey!
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying?
It cannot be.
Not quite.
Hey, bastard!
I'm gonna do it!
Hey!
Jeez.
You serious?
Yep.
However... Damn it.
Damn it.
So annoying.
Jeez.
All right!
Prepare yourself!
Like...
Hey!
Of course!
Hey!
Even so.
Whoa!
Jeez.
Man...
However,
You're pathetic. Huh. Later.
Excuse me.
Oh my! Miss Sonia!
Okay. Just a bit more. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well.
I knew you could do it.
Alright, so let's save. And return to the menu. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to end the stream. And then maybe start it up again in like 5 minutes or so, because I need to do some laundry and folding and whatever. And I have work in the morning, so one way or another I'm going to cut this off here, and then we'll decide whether or not we're going to keep going now or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Tomorrow seems like the right call, but who knows? Let's just call it a done. And then make a decision after that. Okie dokie. So, goodbye until tomorrow, question mark? Or in a couple of minutes, question mark? We'll see. Bye.